Welcome to HCG University, and thank you for viewing this sample of our Essbase spreadsheet reporting class. This brief excerpt of our full course will introduce member selection within spreadsheet reporting. You will find our contact information at the end of this video, and please visit us on the web at www.harbinger-group.com.
We've already talked about two methods of creating reports, the mouse and menu method and the freeform method. Now we're going to discuss a third method of creating reports, which is the member selection method. And the member selection method is mainly used to create one dimension at a time in your reports when a dimension is difficult to create in your reports because it has so many members or has so many different levels. And the way you do so is, at least the way I like to do it, is to insert a column first. So I'm going to insert a column before my market column here and put my cursor in cell A3. And from there, I'm then going to select Essbase member selection. When the member selection window comes up, as we've discussed earlier, you can use it, one, to just look at the hierarchy of each dimension you want to see. So I'll just select year here, even though that's not the dimension I'm going to use in this example. But when I select year and press the expand to descendants button, I can see the complete hierarchy of that dimension. That can be handy just for figuring out what's in your database. But in this case, we want to actually create members in our report. And in this case, I'm going to select the product dimension. I'll select the product dimension, expand to descendants again, and a crude method of selecting members for member selection to be in your reports is to just simply select the member, each member one at a time, and press the add button, or double-click the member, etc., etc. And as I select each member, it's displayed in the rules area of the member selection window. And if I just wanted to add those three products to my report, I would click the OK button. But before doing so, I want to make sure that it says either place down the sheet if I want them to be in the rows, or uncheck the place down the sheet option, and then the members will be placed across the sheet and be row headers. I want them down the sheet being row headers as opposed to column headers. And when I do so and click on OK, the members get added. Now that's not a very good example of why you would really use it. I'm going to delete those members again, select cell A3, and once again go into member selection, select my product dimension, expand to descendants. But this time, what if I wanted to add members that all had a similar name? They all started with a similar word or set of characters. So I'm going to use the find button in this case and type in diet, since I know some of my product members are diet members, followed by an asterisk, which of course is a wildcard character, and that wildcard character can only be used at the end of what you enter here. And when I press the find button, you notice it finds diet drinks. And then my find next button becomes active because there are more diet members there. And I just keep pressing find next until the find next button goes away. I close, and now all of my diet members have been selected. I press my add button. Product had been selected before, so maybe I don't want that, so I'll select product and just remove that item from my rule selection here. And if I pressed OK again, I would get all of the diet members selected. So that's another way you can use member selection to create members in your report. Another way, first I'm going to click on remove item here, or remove all actually. I'm going to start over again. Another way is by using the generations and level names we discussed earlier. If you remember, generations started at the top of the dimension and are numbered generation 1, 2, 3, etc. In this case, you see generation 1 and category is generation 2, product SKU is generation 3. The only reason you see these names is because the administrator has created names for generation 1, 2, and 3, but trust me, they're generation 1, 2, and 3. So if I want all of the bottom level products down at generation 3, I click on product SKU, press the add, and I've selected all the bottom level members. And you might be saying, well, all I see is product SKU here. How do I know that all of the bottom level members have been selected? And the answer is press the preview button. And when I do so, you see all of the bottom level members. You can see that members like Diet Cola have actually been selected twice. And that goes back to the shared member discussion we had earlier. But we obviously don't want that to occur. So I'm going to add another option checkbox here called Suppress Shared Members, which is only available if you are selecting members by generation or level name. And once I check that Suppress Shared Members checkbox and do my preview button again, you'll notice that I only have Diet Cola once instead of twice. And the same, of course, applies. I'm going to remove the product SKU. And the same, of course, applies if I select by level name. Here is level 0. Remember, levels start at the bottom of the hierarchy for each branch and work up. Level 0, level 1, level 2. And again, if I add SKU, and again, we're not seeing level 0 and level 1 because the administrator has added names for these levels. And I add SKU over to my rules area, and because I have suppressed shared members there, when I press the preview button, again, I see all my lowest level products without the diet members being duplicated. I'm going to remove the SKU and talk about another way of creating members in member selection. I'm going to go back to by member name, and just select product. And at this point, the only product I've selected is product. When I press the preview button, you see that only product has been selected. But any member selected in the rules area, you can right-click it and get a pop-up menu that says, select the children of this member, or the children and that member, or all of the descendants of that member, or all of the descendants and that member. I'll select all descendants, for example. And when I preview there, what have I got? Everything below product. Lastly, I can use this pop-up menu to select a subset of the member that I'm currently pointing to. And a subset involves creating conditional expressions, where I can select things like, what text does the name have? They call that a pattern. Is it equal to or not equal to whatever string I apply here? And once again, I'm going to use the diet asterisk there and add it as an AND condition. So the member name must have diet as the first 4 characters, followed by any others. And within the subset dialog, I also have a preview button in which I can see what has been selected. I can add more than one condition, things like levels or generations. So I only want, let's say, level is level 2. Level 0, which I know is the SKU level. Add that as another AND condition and do another preview. And now I only have the Diet Cola, root beer, and Diet Cream without the duplicates. So that's another method of creating members with member selection.